There is always hidden dangers with anything when you strip it right back.
Did an evening course when I was at uni.
He gets it in his mind he wants to do something and that's it. I can see tears happening.
Something's not right down there.
Oh my God.
In the world of classic car restoration, there's a golden rule. You can't polish it. But if the car in question is a Volkswagen, some people gladly throw the rulebook out of the window.
It's a shed, mate. Absolute shed.
Their hearts tend to rule their heads, and they see potential in even the most unloved bug.
There's a few holes.
And they'll go to any extent to save these cars from the crusher.
Needs a bit of work, but...
A bit?
Yeah.
Steve and Rich are Volkswagen mad, and usually have 2 or more dubs on the road or hard shoulder at any one time. They're about to start their most ambitious project.
I've had 4 Beetles, 2 splits, 2 bays, not Trekker.
We haven't taken on anything this big before. We've worked on a few of his, he's helped me on mine.
Steve's a great character. He's very quiet and he'll just look at things calmly and objectively.
I can be a bit fussy and try and get everything absolutely spot on first time. Rich likes to see things happening quick.
If there's something that needs doing, I'll find the easiest way of doing that.
Their passion has become an addiction. Steve has a couple of lockups full of gear, enough to build at least 2 full cars, and they're just the ones he tells the wife about.
The wife says I'm a complete geek, fanatic, but I like them.
The first I know about is when I hear of the loft ladder coming down. I'll be the only woman in history who will die from a car accident in her own bed when the ceiling collapses.
People do believe that you're absolutely crazy spending all this money on it.
It wasn't until we sort of got together that I realised the whole extent of his collection of vehicles, as in he turned up in a different one each time.
It's like dealing with these waifs and strays, and he has to save them, he has to sort of tend to them and bring them back to their former glory.
But this bug could be a lost cause. Steve bought it off his brother-in-law for 150 quid, and it's been rotting in his garden for 3 years. It was an unfinished project, so the boys intend to complete the job and give it the full custom treatment.
It's going to be a challenge. Got a lot of work to do on it. Neither of us are professionals, we're just normal people.
Normal? I would not call this obsession normal.
They plan to build a show standard bug on a limited budget. They've only got £5 grand, but some of the top show cars have been restored by professionals for over 5 times that.
We've heard of restorations that have cost as much as £35,000.
John's a professional VW restorer and has been building show winners for years. One of his customers spent 12 grand on a restoration.
The only thing is, the car was probably worth £8,000 finished. People's sentimental value far outweighs the material value of the car.
It's not just the budget that could hamper the project. Their Beetle is an unfashionable 1302 built in the early 70s, so it will take a radical rethink to give it some street cred.
It's a 70s Beetle. No one likes them. They rot like anything. But I want to turn it into something that's going to be cool. People are going to look at it and think, hey, yeah, you know, the later Beetles, they are cool. We can make something that's very good.
Something like that.
Sort of like a Euro look.
They hope to complete the project in time for Le Bug Show at Spa in Belgium, Europe's biggest VW event, but that only gives them 5 months to get the job done. The boys have worked together on a number of VWs over the years, and they know all about the problems that lie ahead. So they waste no time getting it stripped in preparation for a trip to the blasters.
Right. I've never taken one apart to this extent, but I've tinkered about with quite a few Beetles. There is always hidden dangers with anything when you strip it right back, and I'm sure we'll find them on this.
Another one for the scrap heap.
Rust is the single biggest Beetle killer, and Steve knows that some parts of the car will be beyond repair.
You can get the panels to replace them for what it's worth and the time and hassle. This was cheap to even get a good second-hand pair.
With a tight budget and an even tighter schedule, these decisions will be crucial. The dub scene is by far the biggest in the country, and most parts are available through clubs, magazines, the internet or numerous specialist shows.
Don't we need that?
No, took them off.
The earlier the bug, the rarer and more costly the parts, so choosing a 70s model to restore should save the lads time and money.
I think we need most of these little bits here. I'll just go and check with Steve.
The boys have set aside around half the £5 budget for parts alone.
Things like stainless bolts, tinware, bumpers, wings, that sort of thing.
Tonner for that lot. 65 all in.
Do you any better than that?
65 and a tin of copper grease.
Tin of copper grease, what are you trying to say?
With the amount of parts available, there's always room for a spot of haggling.
10? You got a deal? 10?
Rich is from London.
10, you got... I said it first, mate, I said it first. 10 quid. Cheers.
Like most show cars, Beetles are either sympathetically restored or customised to the owner's individual taste. But bug owners rarely compromise that classic outline. Most simply complement the vehicle with modern running gear, engines and interiors. The boys want to bring their bug right up to date.
Yeah, these are quite nice. I mean, we'll have to get some that are the right size for the Beetle, but...
I like the style though.
Yeah, racing pedigree alloys. Quite good.
That's the sort of style we should go for.
Yeah, I like the split rim as well. Let's take a photo.
I like racing the